from Wassawoos to fitness. And of course, we are speaking with a fitness specialist, could we call her that? She's a personal trainer, and we're talking bodybuilding and so on. And she will speak about the awards that she would have won and so on. But you're talking Miss Angela Campbell, personal trainer, and of course, a bodybuilding expert. Should we call you that as well?
Okay, anything.
Very good. You just won some, just tell us about your achievement as a bodybuilder.
Oh, as a bodybuilder, well, I'm speaking for this competition. Mm-hmm. I did 2 competitions in St. Lucia, CAC International. I had to do women's physique and a fitness challenge, but it was really challenging because the women's physique was supposed to be on the Friday, but for some reason they put both competitions on the Saturday. I already depleted out for stage. I mean, not being in carbs and sugar, so you get down. And now they flip the script, so I have to do the fitness challenge first on a depleted body. I came second in that one, and then from the fitness challenge, it's straight to the stage. It was challenging, but you know me, I really pushed myself.
Right. Now I'm looking at your what do you call it? What do you call this?
Biceps.
Biceps?
Yeah.
Biceps. Right. So you put up your muscle. We used to say a long time, show me your muscle.
Yeah.
Right. So
there are techniques too. Right.
No, I'm looking at your triceps. It's bigger than mine.
This is biceps.
Biceps. Which is the tricep down here?
Down here.
So you see, triceps and bicep is in the same place.
Biceps, triceps.
Triceps. All right. Yeah. So your biceps and your triceps is bigger than mine, right?
Okay.
Now, how do you? So I was in the gym not so long ago, right? Something happened and I ain't go back since. And I am looking at them fellas with the muscle. And they say it's years it takes for you to build muscle. Speak to us about toning up, not necessarily wanting to look like, a muscle mutt, so to speak, and that you're not necessarily competing, you're just doing it to tone up. What are basic for men like myself and Jumaane and so on? You had to take off his shirt on stage as a hard-soak artist, so them girls will say, wow, you have a six-pack in one. Or it does have the six. When you have to tone up and to bring your body, what are the procedures? And it's not overnight. So tell us what is required should you want to have that type of body.
Right, just to get the body tone and just to see the definition of muscles, you have to train and you have to eat a certain way. So somebody who is toning would not eat as a bodybuilder because we go into some extreme dieting.
That's different.
So we just have them portion the carbs and sugar and the calories that we take in. So some food you had to start a lesson down on, something you had to ditch and stuff like that, because the training is going to build the muscles, but the kitchen determines how you look.
Cox, you hear that?
Yeah, and I'm hearing and I'm taking notes, mental notes as well. But I just want to go back a bit, right? So, Angela Campbell, are you, because I'm familiar with Angie's Body Sculpting, and I see a brand there today.
That's the name of my business.
That's the name of your business. But what are you classified as? A physique competitor? Let's just get the terms, and of course, your background, your athletic background before becoming a professional of this stature, where you're winning competitions, even though they flip the script on you, you're still in the top 2 and that kind of stuff.
Before bodybuilding or getting into fitness, I wasn't really doing anything. I used to go to the gym on and off, and at one point in time I find food was just nice, and I stopped going to the gym and start eating. And then when I look at myself and watching the clothes, and I was like, but they can't fit me anymore. I started to cry. And then I was like, nah, I had to do something, and I just decided I'm not going to ask any friend to do anything with me, because if they say no, I will be depressed. So I decided I'm doing it alone. And then I started watching, Kenneth Johnson introduced me to FX. And then I went there and I was looking at a magazine and I was looking at these bodybuilders, and I was like, I need muscle. I want to come like that.
I like Johnson.
Yeah, well, yeah. So, and I was looking at the magazine and I was like, I want to be like this. So I just started training, and then after I realized I'm looking good, I say, I could do the course to become a certified fitness trainer. And then I was like, I still have more, I can do more. And then I said, by doing this, I could encourage others to even do better, eat better, train, live a healthier lifestyle. and I just decided to dive straight into bodybuilding.
And this bodybuilding, because I mean, we would see it from the outside, and you would see people posturing and that kind of stuff. And I know, brother, we saying I have a little muscles. I have a little.
Yeah, that's a muscle.
But on a real note, getting into this field, I mean, naturally, women naturally, and I want to be very careful with, but women are naturally, in terms of their physique, are naturally smaller than the male bodybuilders. But what exactly is the requirements or the prerequisites for women bodybuilders when you go into these competitions? What exactly do they look for the persons who, like myself, who not too accurate with the competitions?
So, like, you now getting into bodybuilding?
Well, competitions actually.
Competitions?
Yeah.
They look at your physique. They look at, because they want to see muscle detail. They don't want to see like you have water under the skin or you're still carrying fat. So you have to go through the process of dieting, training, getting the body condition. But even though women, we have to work very hard, especially for muscles, because we carry higher estrogen, which
Correct.
we have to work really hard to get muscles. And then in bodybuilding, you have different categories. So then you could, as a female, you could choose which category you decide to go in. You could do bikini. So even if you do bikini, you don't have to have the amount of muscles that I have. You can do wellness. You can do physique. I do physique. It's her figure, and you have the real bodybuilders. So now you choose a category that you think suit your physique, and you train towards it.
Which category are you in?
I'm physique.
Physique.
Women's physique.
So you don't have on the bikini? No? You do that as well? Because you have to go
yes,
on stage.
you have to go on stage.
Right,
and
so,
all females in bikinis.
Right. So when you do this, what is that posture? That is called what?
When I do what?
No, there are different poses you have to take.
All right.
So when you do this, what is that?
The females don't do a pose like that, because the men, because even though we are female bodybuilders, we have to still pose and look feminine and not masculine. So when they say like if they say front double bicep, we like this, 1 foot stick forward. So not like the guys got pulled to the side. We have to keep our hands like this, a side chest. So we have to make feminine poses, not even though.
So give me one of your this to show bicep and tricep.
All right, a front double bicep is like this.
Finger in the air.
Yeah, finger in the air.
And the muscle.
Chest up, pull the shoulders back, so you can see the definition of the muscles from.
All right, and there's the opposite one this way. Men do that too.
The men do that one.
But the women don't do that.
No.
Okay, very interesting indeed, and of course,
so you just have to learn the poses, and then as a female physique, after you do all your mandatory shots on stage, then you go up by yourself and do a routine. So you, before you go to competition, you have to pick a song, like a minute and 5 or 10 seconds. You have to get out of that song. You have to learn a routine. So it's a dance. Even though you're dancing, you have to put back all the mandatory pose shots inside the routine, and you have 1 minute and like 10 seconds to pull bicep, back double bicep, front double bicep, side pose, side tricep, and you have to be in time with your music on point. So you have to keep learning that routine.
So it's all show business. So you're a show girl.
Yeah.
All right, but let me ask you though. So you've done it locally, regionally. You did it in Barbados. And where else?
I did it in Dominican Republic. I did it in Barbados. Barbados twice. I did it in Guyana and then St. Lucia.
What about outside of the Caribbean?
We could a world show, which is outside of the Caribbean. You just have to really get sponsors to do a world show outside of the Caribbean. If not, you have to compete in these international shows in the Caribbean. Try to get your pro card. When you get your pro card, then you can go out.
Okay. Earlier on in the conversation, you mentioned the fact that you were looking at your body and you started to cry. That's your exact words.
Yeah.
In a field like this where fitness is a lifestyle, right? And you spoke about nutrition and so on. But how is the mental aspect of being involved in not just being a trainer, but also bodybuilding and these competitions and stuff? How you navigate throughout that process?
It's a hard process, but yeah, just always had to be focused. It's a lot of work mentally because, I mean, sometimes prepping for a competition and have clients to train at the same time, your energy gets low because as you start dieting, diving deeper into the diet. So, and then I doesn't have a coach or a trainer, so I do everything alone. So I train myself also.
Okay. And what does that training look like? Just a glimpse into training for these competitions. Is it just the routines?
Be smooth.
Just be smooth?
Yeah, when you're training for competition, be smooth. You have no niceness in it. Yeah.
Well, smooth, the word smooth sounds like niceness, but no, you understand what you mean?
Yeah, because when a bodybuilder, we don't train like how we train people normal to be fit. We train extreme.
Okay. Where's your Angela Body's scalping located?
In Darrell Spring, where I'm living.
And you're open for membership gym. What's the fee? And just in case I want to come to your gym.
My fee is because I only do personal training. It's $800 a month. I'm training 4 days a week.
Oh. So, for example, if you had a tone-up Jumaane, because he has a soca artist, and he wants he triceps on them to look good when them girls see him and so on. He has no experience. I'm just using him as an example. But you go into the gym, obviously you have to be guided as to how much weight you know start, what are the routines.
This is where
just an example of what.
Personal training you come in for the first, he doesn't know anything. Then I start off with your own body weight workout because I want to see where your fitness level at. So I'll start you with your body weight and gradually we work to it because I have to learn your body. Then I have to learn what you can do and what you cannot do. If it's somebody who have an injury, then you know you have to work around with the injury. So it's a lot of you just have to take your time and not because they are paying you and just you get the money, but you have to care about the persons because when I put a client out there, and they have to say, Angie is my trainer. Look like Angie training you.
Yeah.
And then
you have to because
that is also important.
Yes. Well, when you come, when I look at you, then I will know if I have to do a meal plan for you or not.
Wow. But how do you recommend? Or we all deal with cravings. That's what I'm coming to. And how do you navigate social life with staying disciplined with whatever the nutrition or diet plan is in collaboration with the training?
It have its season because when I'm actually in competition mode, the cravings just don't bother me because I know I'm up against something, so you really have to get that mindset. When I'm not in competition mode, yes, I eat a little of this, I eat a little of that, I just don't overdo it or eat it every day. And I just tell my clients, if one day you decide that you eat something that I didn't have on my meal plan, don't hide it. Just let me know, Angie, well, I eat this or I eat this. So then I will know how to push your training or whatever. Because, I mean, you have days sometimes you see something and you really want
a cheat day.
Yeah. I don't give them a whole cheat day.
Not a whole cheat day?
No. You could get a meal.
Right.
But not cheating for the whole day.
Before you leave this morning, is there any misconception about women heavy lifting that you want to retire today, that you want to just dismiss in terms of how persons would view women because it started with one earlier on with talking about the posturing and so on, but is there any other misconception that you want to dismiss? Yeah,
because you will hear people say, I don't want to lift weights. I don't want to look like a man. No, lifting weights, you would not look like a man. Only if you are taking some kind of steroids with male testosterone to change over, you would not look like a man lifting weights. And as you age, from the age 30, as you reach 30, you start losing 5 to 8% of muscle mass along with bone density. And the only thing that keep that alive is lifting weights. Muscles are the organs of longevity. Without muscles, you have nothing.
There's a song, I want muscles.
So you have to, because when your age will go up, but you will be strong in body. It helps you prevent a lot of sickness, falls, and everything, because remember, you put in something clean to the body, the muscles is going to be fighting with everything. But when you doesn't have any muscles, you start to crouch, you want to stake, because all the muscle mass go on.
Right. What about just quickly, brother, what about the creatine and the different type of substances that persons would also take to support that? Is that recommended?
Creatine, it's okay because it helps build strength and everything, but honestly, I don't really use supplements. I use like more natural foods.
Okay.
Like my eggs, my fish. I use creatine already, but it's not something that I would stay on. Like I would use protein powder. It's not something I don't want my body get accustomed to the things of the shelf, but to natural food.
Excellent. All right, so your next competition is where?
Barbados, May, the 13th to the 18th, Roger Boys Classic. I'm getting prepared for that because they wanted
That's May next year?
Yeah, because they wanted me to come to someplace, I can't remember his name right now, to do. But that competition is like next 3 weeks.
Okay.
I'm definitely not going to push my body through that. Yeah, because it's a lot.
If someone wants to listen to you, a young lady or even a guy listening now, and they want to get involved in bodybuilding and these competitions and so on, is there an association that they can tap into to get access to these competitions? Is it private? How does it work?
The Bodybuilding Federation of Trinidad and Tobago, or you can speak to one of the the only judge from Tobago who judged competition, Kerwin Gregg. So you could get onto him, and because he is in the Bodybuilding Federation, so.
If your brother B and I have a chance in the amateur division?
Sure, muscles doesn't know age and gender, so once you train it, it's gonna develop.
Your brother B will jump out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I would like to have you all backstage with me.
Yeah, man.
I'll say Angie's my coach.
Yeah. All right. And all the best to you and your future endeavors. And thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.